Rakakwadash. Double honors to apostles and elders agreements to the Ruel. Citation to the hopeful elect that are scattered in the four corners of the earth. And all praises, glory, and honor be due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Yeah, man, without further ado, I want to go into a short lesson. And basically, these are the signs of the Lord's coming. All right. And in the background, it says secret war deal. And what you see the flag of Guyana, and then you see the flag of the U.S. All right. And war is in the air. But guess what? All these, all right, are signs of the Lord's coming. Our Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is coming. Yahweh Shai is coming. And you're going to hear about wars and rumors of war. But the end is not yet. Salakia. Because the MOTB has to become mandatory in the four corners of the earth. All right. And this is one of the prophecies. All right. The World War III is one of the major prophecies, which is going to happen, shortly after. All right. The MOTB becomes mandatory. All right. And what you're seeing here is basically the preparation. All right. The Lord is preparing these nations. All right. Let's get into it. All right.
The United States has just signed a new military cooperation agreement with Guyana. At the same time, U.S. naval and air forces have been increasing their presence in the Southern Caribbean, operating closer to Venezuelan coastline than they have in years. Warships, surveillance aircraft, fighter flights, sanctions enforcement and maritime seizures are all happening against the same backdrop. When those two developments are placed side by side, a difficult question emerges, and it's one many people across the Caribbean are now asking quietly, if not openly. Is the United States simply trying to stabilize the region, or is it positioning itself for something more serious if tensions with Venezuela continue to escalate? Guyana is small, newly wealthy in oil, and locked in a territorial dispute. Venezuela is under pressure at home, increasingly confrontational abroad, and sensitive to any sign of you.
Well, we all know that Donald Trump, aka Nero, basically, he's a man that loves these wealth and riches. All right, because when you look at the history of Nero, it tells you that he was into everything that was could have bring money, natural resources, and he built a lot of cities and made statues off of himself. The same thing, Donald Trump is in that same spirit. All right, as Nero. All right, you got even NATO and the EU are basically they're turning against Babylon too, and right, the high sanctions against them. All right, just give me a second. Right, so right in the background it says Trump warns of World War III as NATO say it is Russia's next target. All right. All right, so you got wars all over the place, wars all over the place that is being prepped. All right. And the Lord said that these are some of the signs of his coming. All right, that we ought to look for. All right. And the Lord is the one who's mustering the battle, but as I said before, the MOTB must become mandatory in the four corners of the earth, which will lead eventually after that to World War III, where the elect will get the deliverance, Lord willing, will be part of that elect. All right, those that strive for the truth unto death. All right. So let's get a little into it. Then we go in a couple
If you're you've been following the Ukraine war, you have probably felt this. Everyone is talking about peace, but the war keeps getting bigger. The US says it has a plan. Zelensky says the people should decide. Trump says World War III is around the corner, and NATO says Europe needs to prepare for war.
Right. Trump says World War III is around the corner. All right. And that's the spirit that the Lord had put on these nations to prepare for war. All right. Now, the pride of this man, the prideness of America, aka Babylon, aka spiritual Egypt and Sodom. All right. You know, he's basically the Pharaoh. All right, that is set up right now. You know, he's basically the one, aka Nero. All right, the madman. All right, and